So the thing that really interests me is getting an advantage, and saving ad spend.
Yeah.
Are you seeing, people who've put Cassie in place?
Absolutely.
Getting improvement?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing with, so the companies that have so far have started using the Cassie platform, bearing in mind this whole privacy world is a new world.
Yeah.
They really are early adopters. But we're 2.5, 3 years in with some of our oldest clients on the platform, and those early adopters are already starting to really show ROI benefits. They're getting a competitive advantage. Number of reasons, number of examples of how. The main one comes back to this whole concept, and it is a conceptual thing. It's a mindset that businesses and people need to get their head around, of putting the choice and the control back to the consumer. Everyone's talking about it and everyone's saying these things, but actually,
but there's the big elephant in the room is things like Facebook, etc. And I don't need that yet because
exactly. Yeah. So, an example. One of our clients is a charity client who's been using the platform now for about 2.5 years. They've reported 26% reduction in opt-outs.
Right.
Now that's huge. That means a quarter of the people who basically went to them and said, I would like to stop receiving information from you, when they saw the preference center, 26% of them changed their mind. And the main reason being that what Cassie does is it gives you what we call granularized consent. So people tend to say, I'm sick of getting emails coming in and getting spammed. I don't want any email. And so you stop all email. But actually, if you go to those people and say, well, you've got a choice of different kind of things. You get newsletters by email. You get sales offers by email. You get informational content by email.
Yeah.
Actually, if you put that in front of the consumer, they may well say, well, actually, that informational content is really useful. I will have that, actually. I don't want to get your sales offers. Stop selling me all the sales stuff.
Yeah.
And I will have that. So you're giving the consumer.
But you are staying in the loop.
But you're staying in the loop. And the point is, if someone says they don't want sales offers, they don't want sales offers. So you sending it to them, even though they don't want it, is just wasting your money and wasting their time and annoying them, because they're going to get annoyed with you. And
it's just asking nicely, asking your permission nicely at the right time. Yeah. Do you mind, Mark, if I send you this when it's ready to send it to you, rather than you can have the whole lot of junk all the way through?
Exactly that. It's back to this consumer choice. So what they, go back to that example of the charity, 26% of people who had basically gone to them and said, please stop sending me whatever it may be, when they were given the choice of, you can opt out of everything, or you can actually receive this, that, and the other, and they were given the choice, 26% of them stayed engaged with the charity through one form or another.
And they stayed front of mind.
They stayed front of mind, and the charity's reporting, actual, monetary improvements coming through from that. So those people are still donating to the charity. They're still engaged with the charity. Now, 26% is a huge amount.
When you're talking hundreds of thousands of users,
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Another example of that, there was a survey actually done just last week by Cisco in the US, where they ran some fairly large-scale surveys across businesses looking at the benefits or not that they were getting from investing in privacy one way or another. And their findings were that for every $1 spent on privacy, they were receiving back just over $2 in return. So the ROI is positive on privacy. And that's built up through a number of things. It's built up through better retention. Built up by better customer engagement because you're dealing with them as they want to, and it's down to the fact that you're not spending so much money as a business promoting stuff to people
and spending
who don't
time
want
as well
to receive that stuff.
Time as well. That's a big
Time is a huge impact. Yeah. So definitely going forwards, every business to get that competitive advantage, I believe, in the future, every business is going to have to run their operation on the basis of privacy. Privacy by design needs to be built into everything. Because if you've got two competing companies and one of them treats you nicely and does what you want them to do, and you can tell them, I do want this and I don't want that, and they actually adhere to it.
Yeah.
And then you've got another company selling exactly the same product who just chucks stuff at you, and as we have done in the old days, spam you with every single thing going, across all of the channels, who are you going to buy from? You're going to buy from the one that you've got a better relationship.
Yeah.